Hi there, welcome to 90% Knitting. This is episode 335. I'm Lisa, also known as Fiber Nymph, and today is Sunday. It is April 5th. It is my friend Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa. And I'm coming to you from the porch room today because it's Sunday and my husband is not using it to work. We're still sharing this space, and he's out here pretty much Monday through Friday, and then I get to play out here Saturday and Sunday, although honestly, I haven't been doing much out here other than recording a podcast occasionally. And it's sort of a hot mess. There's just stuff everywhere. Warning up front, I'm recording on migraine meds, so if I seem a little spacey, that might be why. I was actually feeling a lot better. I took them this morning and I was feeling a lot better before I came out here. Now all of a sudden I can feel it like doing its thing again, and I think it's because it's so bright out here and I'm just super light sensitive right now. But hopefully I can get through this. It's actually cloudy out right now. I don't know if you can tell from what you can see. Probably not, because you just see trees. But yeah, it was super bright and sunny earlier today. It was lovely, and then it's clouded over as the day has progressed, so whatever. It's very nice outside though. It's actually quite warm and balmy almost. Hope you're having a good weekend, whatever you're doing. Hope you don't have a migraine. What else? Yeah, how's your stay-at-home going? I'm not going to really talk about that because we're going to just talk about fun things. I don't know where to put my mouse right now. I'm not close enough to the table that's right here, but like to put it, I'm sitting far enough on the chair that I can't use the arm of the chair for the mouse, and I'm just a mess, I tell you. Let me start with a little bit of announcement stuff. First of all, thank you so much if you shopped with me yesterday during the virtual Allentown Fiber Festival. I really appreciate it. And if you're thinking, what in the world is the virtual Allentown Fiber Festival? That was actually something that came up fairly short notice. You might remember that I was actually supposed to be vending at the actual in-person Allentown Fiber Festival this weekend, and obviously it was canceled. So last Sunday, a week ago today, the organizer, Kelly Straub from Shirsty Cat, she sent out an email to all of the vendors saying, hey, we're going to do a virtual. And so it was sort of a week of scrambling and trying to figure out what that meant and what I was going to do, because we had all kinds of options. You could sign up to do a Facebook Live slot, which I was like, oh my gosh, no, I couldn't do that because I don't even know how. I've never done that before. In the end, it probably would have been easier for me to just have done a Facebook Live, because instead I spent all day yesterday trying to post photos with text, and I did a short video thing. Anyway, it was crazy. I spent the entire day yesterday, and that was when the migraine actually started, and it got progressively worse throughout the day. So that was a lot of fun, doing like a whole day of business promotion with a horrible headache. Now, I could have actually put all those pictures and text and video stuff together earlier in the week, but I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing because I didn't quite know the parameters of what we were doing. And so I always say I work really well under pressure. I guess I do. It worked out great. It was a very good day. I was happy with the results, but man, the headache was a killer by the end of the day. And I went to bed thinking maybe it'll go away by morning. And it did. I woke up and it wasn't there. But then shortly after I was awake, man, it hit again. So yeah. Anyway, you may have noticed that there were some extra videos on the Fiber Nymph Dye Works YouTube channel. I did do an actual content special episode back, I think on the 25th, March 25th, and I think I called it something like Staying Home, March 25th, 2020. And if you didn't see that video already, you might want to go back and watch it, because I used that video to do a lot of the Q&A from the episode 333 celebration drawings thread. So if they were just questions that I could answer without needing like to show you things, I did all of those in that video. And I was also sitting outside, and there's multiple cameos of at least 2 cats and my dog, I think, in that video. So anyway, you might want to check that one out if you haven't seen that already. But the other 2 were super short, and they were both just little promo videos for the virtual Allentown event that was yesterday. So if you didn't see those, you can watch them if you really want to, but you don't really need to, because the event is now over. However, I will say there is a whole lot of stuff in the shop because of that virtual event. My original plan, after I realized I was not going to be vending at Allentown, was to roll out my show inventory slowly over a number of weeks. But then the virtual event happened. It was like, oh shoot, I need to put in as much stuff as I possibly can. And so I would say 95% of my show inventory is now in the shop. So if you want, you could watch the really short little 2-minute promo video, because that kind of highlights things that are in the shop. Or you could just go straight to the shop if you really want to see what's in there. Because there's still a lot of stuff left. Like I said, I put 95% of everything that I had for my whole show season in there. So lots of stuff. I was also offering a free shipping all day yesterday for any U.S. orders. It didn't have to be the minimum $50 order for free shipping. So I did, anybody who shopped, shopped yesterday was able to take advantage of that. If you did not get to take advantage of that because you didn't know about it, I want to offer it to you too. And I'm only advertising this free shipping code here on the podcast. It's not even going to be in the show notes. It's just for you guys who are watching the podcast. I'm not putting it on social media, not putting it anywhere else. But if you use the code 90K free ship, I'll put it down here. That will give you free shipping, free US shipping on any order regardless of the size. Again, I really apologize. I can't offer that for international shipping right now. I usually lose money on my international shipping anyway, because I don't have it priced high enough, and I hate raising shipping prices. So not offering free shipping on international, but I am for domestic. I will leave that active through next Monday. So that would be tomorrow will be the 6th, and 6 plus 7 is 13. The 13th. Monday the 13th. That free shipping code will be good for the entire week. Since I know I won't have this video up today, that should still give you a week. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the podcast. I've got some works in progress. I've got one finished object to show you. I've got a little bit of weaving talk. I have a very, very sad sewing tale. Not sad, just sort of pathetic more than sad. We have some prizes. I've got prizes today for the 20 and 20 challenge, and what's that other part called? The shop? The shop news segment. Got monthly makes prizes, so there's lots of prizes this episode. And then I have 10% and shop news. So let's go through that. Wow, I am just so all over the place. I'm gonna blame the migraine meds. Oh, hey, let me tell you what I'm wearing. I am wearing, this is one of my oldest sweaters that I have, that I knit. This is Nantucket Red. Let me see if I can show you a little bit more. Nantucket Red by Thea Coleman, Baby Cocktails. I knit this years ago, and I meant to look it up before we started to tell you when I knit it, but I'll do that now while I'm talking. I knit it out of Elsbeth Lavold silky wool back when I really loved working with silky wool. I've gotten so much wear out of this. Oh, hey, and if I just looked at the picture. It's got, I know you can't see the whole thing, but it's got that lace running the whole way up the back. It's really pretty. I've gotten tons of wear out of this over the years. I knit this, I did this really quickly. I started August 11th, 2010 and finished at September 6th, 2010. So that was under a month I got this done. And wow, my hair was super cute back then. And the other thing I'm wearing, Birdie Parker Designs. Do you love these bracelets? I love these bracelets. I have two of them. I have one in like a dark brown leather, and then she came out with these orange ones because of Gigi made it, the orange. And now I just saw on her Instagram that she's going to be coming out with a whole series of colored leathers. I told her she's an evil temptress, like in the best possible way, but seriously, like, I don't need a million of these, but I want them. I want them. Okay. Now we're going to get into the knitting. All right. I'm going to start, instead of with my finished object, because you've not even seen the finished object started, I'm going to start with something you have seen, and that is my Lineage Pullover. So I've got my Basket O Lineage here, has all my yarn. I'm not even going to try to show that to you today. It's those 6 balls of yarn, all from the Serendipity sweater set that I'm using. So I am now to the point, oh shoot, I should have put a rubber band. Do I have a rubber band in here? I do. I'm going to put a rubber band on these needles just so I don't end up losing half the stitches. Anyway, I did get to the point this week where I was able to split for the sleeves. So yay. And after I split for the sleeves, I tried it on and it fits so well. I mean, as much as you can tell without actually having sleeves in it, but I was able to hold it on and see like where it was hitting at that point where the sleeves were off the needles. So the sleeve stitches were off the needles. So yeah, here it is so far. This is, you can obviously see, this is the Serendipity skein area, and the striping is much less defined there than it is here. But like, so you have more defined stripes up here, and then you get into the Serendipity stuff, which is a little less defined. So then I'm in this defined area, but now I'm going to be getting ready to start integrating the Serendipity skein again. So I think it's going to look cool. I love these colors. Not much else to tell you about it. I mean, I told you all the details last time, but this is a Serendipity sweater set out of my, or dyed in my Mountain Tweed DK weight base. They're all one of a kinds, so I won't ever dye this one again, but it was based, the ember, my ember color was one of the primary colors that I used in this set. When I take the sleeves off of sweaters, since I have the interchangeable, the Lika interchangeable sets, I usually use one of those cables. So I put a needle on there and then slip the stitches on here and then take the needle off and just put the little holder ends on. And that's what I use for both of my sleeve holders, because then that way when I'm ready to work on the sleeves, I can just screw on the needle tips. I use the short ones, the smaller set. That go down to US 3, although I'm doing this in US 4, so I'm fine either way. But I'll use the shorter needles just to keep it, the circumference small enough. And that way I don't have to like fuss around with waste yarn or what have you. I have in the past, before I had these, I've also just threaded on a 16-inch circular needle and then done what I, and then done, wow, that sounds wrong, but I don't think it is. And then did what I just have done. And I just use rubber bands. I wrap a rubber band around the needles just as my rubber band, my needle keeper. Or if you're from Pittsburgh, we call them gum bands. Yeah, so it works great. They don't go anywhere. You don't lose stitches. I gotta say, I love how this neckline fits. It's a, you know, kind of a square neckline. It's not quite a boat neck. It's a square because you've got, like, this is the top of the shoulder here. So I think a boat neck is more where there's not any squareness at the shoulder. But I love how this fits. And what's funny is there's no short row shaping in the back. So, and there's no like boob darts or anything. There's nothing different between the front and the back, the way it's knitted. So essentially this is going to be reversible. and that's fine. But yeah, I love how it fits. I love how it's knitting up. I'm really, really happy with it. Enjoying working on it. So now I've just got lots and lots and lots of stockinette to go because I'm not doing any. Well, actually, that's not true. I am about an inch away from starting the waist shaping. There is waist shaping in this. A lot of times I just forget the waist shaping and don't do it, but I am going to do it in this sweater. After having made the last couple of sweaters too big, I'm going to add some shape. Actually, that's not true because that green one, that C mark that I just made, I did do the waist shaping in that. It's just so big you can't tell. So, and I have not fixed that yet because when I fix that, I am going to do a video of me fixing it. So you'll see that. So it's still just sitting there in a big green blob, but it's too hot to wear it at this point anyway. So that is to come. Yeah, so that is Lineage. The Lineage Pullover is by Gabrielle Vazina. And that's everything. I'm using, yeah, I said using US 4s. And I'm drinking tea right now. This is some stash tea, strawberry pomegranate, which is one of my absolute favorite teas ever. It's got rooibos. It's a rooibos base, and I love rooibos. Okay, let's move along. I have a project you haven't seen before. I had it cast on last time, but I didn't show it to you because it was the Monthly Makes 2019 full year exclusive colorway that had just gone out to all of the people who had earned that, and they hadn't gotten it yet. So at this point, I'm going to say everybody has probably gotten it. However, if you are one of those people who had it coming to you and you maybe haven't received it or somehow don't want to see what it knits up, you might want to look away for the next little bit because I'm going to show you a sock that I did using it. So this is your warning. Just jump ahead, like, you know, a minute or two, and you won't see it and hear me talk about it. Are you ready? Okay. So here's the sock. I named the colorway Momentum, and I sent it out with a little mini skein called Surge. So Momentum was basically because it really took a lot of momentum to get through the whole year of last year's Monthly Makes program, and sometimes towards the end of those months when you had to get your grams in there, you had to surge through. So that's what that comes from. So this is obviously striping, but it's got 4 primary striped colors, main striped colors, and then it's punctuated with this actual variegated color is this stripe in here. So I really loved how this turned out, and I had to like cast it on because I wanted to see what it was going to look like knit up. I mean, I know in theory what it's going to look like, but until I actually knit it, I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, no? Yeah, so I did this. I chose to use one of my bedazzled skeins. I feel a little bad showing this to you because unless you were one of the people who got this, you're not going to be able to get it for at least a year. It's going to be an exclusive for the monthly makers who were participating in the program. I will probably release it like at the end of this year, once this year's monthly makes special colorway is underway. But it'll definitely be an exclusive just for the people who earned it for the entirety of 2020. So I feel bad about showing it to you, but I want to show you the sock. So anyway, oh, are you still watching? Are you? So anyway, my normal 60 stitch sock. I'm doing a 2x1 rib. I did a heel flap and gusset for the heel, and you know, just the regular toe. So yeah, that's it. I have not cast the second one on yet, but I will. I had this. Socks are a good thing for me to work at like the dinner table and everything, like when we're done eating and I'm sitting there with Bill, I'll work on a sock. But I had something else I was also working on at the table a lot this week, so that took more precedence over the sock. And that's what I'm going to show you next. So, final project, and this is my finished object. And it's funny because it's a hat and it's huge. Like, I'm really hoping I can like felt it and shrink it up a little bit, but it's beautiful and I love how it turned out. So if you follow Shetland Wool Week, they announced who their 2020 Shetland Wool Week patron was, and that was Wilma Malcolmson, sorry. And the patron every year designs a hat for Shetland Wool Week. And so that was released a week ago Friday, I believe. And I saw it and I cast it on immediately. The pattern's free. You can get it, you can download it from the Shetland Wool Week page. And so I did, and I got it, and I knit it, and here it is. I love it. But look how giant it is. I mean, like, here's my head, and here's the hat. Here, I will sacrifice my fluffy hair for you. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah. See? Really, really big. I mean, if I put it like this, though, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely not going to squish my hair, right? It would be fine for, like, if you were just sitting somewhere cold. But, like, if you were doing anything active, it would be sliding down over my eyes and be annoying. So I am hoping that I can, felt it up a little bit. I was not the only one, however, who was getting their hat to turn out really big, because they have a knit-along for this hat on Facebook, a knit-along page or knit-along group, and I was on there. I had joined that, and a lot of people were saying, wow, this is turning out huge. So anyway, but this is the best part. Look at this star crown. Isn't it amazing? Oh my gosh. I love this pattern. I'm so tempted to do another one. I've knit very few legit Fair Isle patterns in my life. I've done a lot of stranded color work, but not all stranded color work is actual Fair Isle. And I think maybe, let's see, I did do at least one other Shetland Wool Week hat, and that was I don't remember. It was the one with the wavy lines. I don't remember what it was called. I want to say the Burra cow, maybe, or Burra. No, I don't know. I'm not going to even wing it. Whatever. I'll try. If I remember, I'll try to put it down here. Anyway, I did that, and that would have been a Fair Isle design. But I think outside of that, maybe the sheephead hat by Kate Davies was maybe my only other really legit Fair Isle pattern that I've ever done. And I remember having the same problem with that. It turned out really roomy too. Maybe not quite as roomy as this one. It was done on the same size needles, US 2.5s, so 3mm needles. But that one you actually used a smaller needle for the brim. This one you just used the same needle for the whole size. I knit this out of Jamieson & Smith, all of it that I had in my stash. I have a large Jamieson & Smith stash because I love that yarn so much. And this is the color combo I decided to go with. So my background is sort of a navy blue. I have all the actual color numbers in my project page if you want to know. So the background is a navy blue, and then I've got red, yellow, orange, and green. And the green is kind of a heathered green, if you can see that. So, and this star, it was so fiddly up at the top. I just finished this morning, and I was having issues. Because once you got small enough, I usually switch from a 16-inch circular to two 16-inch circulars. But just, doing the two circulars plus the 2 strands of yarn, plus it's sticky yarn, it's really good color work yarn. It was just sort of frustrating, but it turned out great, and I don't think I made any mistakes. Like, I think I nailed, aside from the fact it's so big, and I don't really know if that's my mistake. I did not measure my gauge. I will say, I'm really happy with my stranding. Let's look at it inside. The top even looks pretty on the inside. But yeah, my floats are all really pretty. And I did a really good job of managing my stranding so that I didn't end up with puckering. And I think maybe I could have actually knit a little bit tighter than I did. I think that might have been part of my problem, but I'm so used to being cautious so that I don't end up with puckering issues that I think I just ended up with it being a little too big. If I do it again, I will either go down in needle size, or I will take out one full color work repeat. I don't think I'd do both, but I think doing either, although I don't know if I could do, I don't know that you could take out a color work repeat, because that would screw you up on top. You would end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd end up with a 5 pointed star instead of a 6 maybe, and I'm not even sure at that if that would work out. I'd have to really look at that chart now that I think about that. I don't know. I think I remember hearing that a lot of times Shetland designers don't give gauge, and I don't remember if there was gauge. Oh, here, I could look at the pattern, it's right here. I don't remember if they don't give gauge or they don't give needle sizes sometimes. They just tell you to use the needle size that works best for you to get gauge, maybe. Tension. Okay, they do give you gauge. So 30 stitches over like 4 inches. I don't know what I got. I'm not going to stop to measure it now. I'm going to say I didn't get that. They said to use 3.25 millimeter needles. I went down to 3s, so I could have definitely gone down more. To like a US 2 probably. So I don't know, whatever. I'm happy with it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the yarn. Makes me happy, and these colors are just so happy. I mean, they're dark, but to me they're happy colors. They're so bold. I just love it. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop gushing about my giant hat. But again, that was the, did I tell you what the name? Oh, Katie's Cap is the name of the actual pattern. I don't think I told you that. It's called Katie's Cap by Wilma Malcolmson, who is the 2020 patron for Shetland Wool Week, and you can download the pattern from the Shetland Wool Week website. That's a lot of W's. Okay, next up, weaving. I will preface this by saying that I recorded last Sunday, I recorded a video of my process of warping my little 10-inch loom here and starting the weaving process. I have not finished putting that video together because I needed to weave the whole piece, weave the whole warp that I did, and now I'm very close to the end. So once I'm done, I will pick up my video again and show my hem stitching and taking it off the loom and such. And then I'll put all that together and I will upload that as an extra video. In the episode 333 questions, the celebration thread questions, somebody did ask if I could show how I did my houndstooth fringy cowl, how I wove that. And that was what I was originally going to do. But I decided that it might make more sense if I did just a general weaving video first, rather than jump in with the houndstooth. So that's what this is. This is just plain weave, no patterning, basically just the basics of weaving. And you might say, but Lisa, aren't you pretty new to weaving? Do you even know what you're talking about? Well, no, I don't really. I am new. But I think, as I said at the beginning of that footage that I recorded last Sunday, I have found that a lot of times when you're new to something, that is a really good time to share it with other people. Because not only are you learning, so you might be sort of, you know, the details might be fresh in your mind, even if you don't grasp them intuitively at that point, you have an understanding, having just learned them, that lets you share them in a way that might be easier for another new weaver to understand, versus hearing that same thing from somebody who's more experienced, who might come at it from a perspective of assuming a certain level of knowledge, even if there isn't that knowledge there. Does that make sense? So that's one of the reasons why I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. And I'm quite honest with you at the beginning of that footage. I'm not an expert. I'm very new to this. But the other reason I wanted to do that is it gave me the opportunity to kind of study up on things and kind of get a hold of the information a little bit better. So it's educational for me while it's educational for you, hopefully. At any rate, I warped the loom and started, whoopsie, my heddle is flopping. Hate having a floppy heddle. I warped the loom to do the minis, my hand spun minis that I had spun from the holiday mini set 2 years ago that I had dyed. So you've already seen the first strip that I wove. I did that over the holidays. So this is the second one. I'm using the same yarn as the warp. It's some Destination Fibers, Destination Yarns, DK weight yarn in her fall run colorway. And I'm just, I'm alternating 2 shuttles, 2 different colors. I'm very close to the end now, and I have to wind another shuttle because I ran out of the one that I had. But anyway, I'm really, really close to being done with this now. I know this isn't a whole lot to see at the moment, but like I said, you'll be able to see a whole video on the process of weaving that piece of fabric once I get that done and uploaded. I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish that up and get that uploaded sometime in the coming week. So progress there. All right. 20 and 20 challenge. Let's get to that because the first quarter is now over, and that means a couple of things. Number one, it means that the lists thread is now open again. So if you're participating and you would like to update your list, put in, change things, remove things, add new things, mark certain things as done, now's your time to do that because that thread will be open through the 15th of April, or until I remember to lock it again. And then we'll do it again for the second quarter. If you hadn't participated in the first quarter but would like to join in now, now's your chance to put a list up there. Of course, you can participate unofficially without putting a list up there. You're always welcome to do that. But if you want to do the list, now's your chance. Hop on over there, put a list up, you're good to go. Because you don't have to do the whole entire year. You can just do whatever you want. Second quarter, fourth quarter, whatever. The other thing this means is that it's time to do some drawings. So, I did, I'm looking at my computer down here. If you keep wondering why I'm staring down here, my computer's down here. You probably figured that out already though. I ended up doing 2 winners from the chatter thread because there was a ton of chatter. We had like 796 posts the first 3 months of the year. So that was amazing. So I decided I would pull 2 winners. And I also did an Instagram winner. That one I announced on the Fiber Nymph Dye Works Instagram account, and I have heard back from that winner already, so we're good to go there. That was Kara, so congratulations again, Kara. All right, so Random Number Generator chose 2 winners for me, and they were posts number 662. That is Maria, who is Seductive Berry, so congratulations, Maria. And post number 214 is PA Knitwit, who is Sarah. Congratulations, Sarah. So, both of you, please PM me. Let me know that you won this, and I will get you set up with your prize. I'm either making this easier for you, or I'm just being lazy and making it easier for me. I don't know which. I'm giving you more options. Let's put it that way. So it benefits us both. Basically, your prize, you can choose anything that is in stock in my shop right now. Okay? Any single skein of yarn or single braid of fiber that you would like. If it's there, hop on over, pick something, message me, and as soon as I get your message, I will jump over to the shop, take it out of inventory, and it's yours. Now, I realize there's an off chance, small chance that by the time you choose something and I see the message, somebody else may have come in and purchased it already. If that's the case, I'll let you know and have you go pick something else. But otherwise, you can just pick from whatever's in the shop. I figure that gives you lots more choices rather than me sitting here. Because honestly, it's very hard for me to pick things out. I have a really hard time doing that, and I just did not have the brain space for it today. Sorry, migraine again. So I just thought this would be the easiest way to go about it. So again, congratulations, ladies. Go pick something. Let me know what you want. I'll get it sent out to you. And yay! Congratulations. How many times have I said congratulations? A lot. I'm going to stop saying congratulations. Because now I've got the Tom Petty song in my head. Congratulations. Yeah. Is that what the word? Oh God. Now I don't even know if that's the song. I think it's the song. And is that a Tom Petty song or is it a Traveling Wilbury song? I don't even remember. Gosh, we're going to stop there now. All right. New things. I have nothing new this week, which is probably a good thing. Let's move on to 10% now. 10%. We are, still in our state of stay-at-homeness here at Shea Fiber Nymph, the mountain house. Bill and I did go for a walk, I think Friday. After he was done working, we went for a walk because it was really nice. There's a rail trail near us. So we took Muffin. I don't take Muffin for walks often because she's a really bad leash walker. She just never learned how to walk on a leash well. And when I lived at my old house, I'd try to take her for walks occasionally. And sometimes she'd go, but sometimes she'd just get like as far as our mailbox and then like stiff arm with all four of her paws and get close to the ground. And so essentially like you could try dragging her, but then it just seemed like you were dragging your dog instead of walking your dog. So then we just never took her for walks. So yeah, we took her along and that was fun. If I am able to, I'll pop some pictures in here, but it was funny. Bill held the leash the whole time and I think that helped. I think the fact that he was the one holding the leash had her moving more, although we would walk 10 feet and she would have to stop because she wanted to sniff things, but whatever. We saw like a handful of other people. There were a couple people riding their bikes. There were a couple other people walking. Some of them had their dogs, but we all maintained our distance, so it was all safe. It's just so weird, isn't it? I mean, it's just so weird having to think about that. I've been doing a lot of imaginary shopping online for things. Like I have tons of wish lists and tons of things added to various and sundry shopping carts online, but I'm not buying a lot. But I have purchased some books. I've done some book therapy lately, so I thought I'd show you some of my more recent books. Have I read any of them yet? No, not, well, I've read bits of each of them, but not all of them. But I have them all lined up in stacks on the back of the couch in the yarn room. It's kind of like I'm building myself a fort of solitude on the back of the couch where I can just go in there when I need to comfort myself, and I have my books and there's yarn. It's an amazing place. So anyway, and then I light a candle and put on some meditative music. It's wonderful. But anyway, books I've received recently. The J.R.R. Tolkien Tales from the Perilous Realm. These are short stories. This includes Roverandom, Farmer Giles of Ham, The Adventures of Tom Bombadil, Smith of Wootton Major, and Leaf by Nigel. I hear all of these mentioned a lot on the Prancing Pony podcast, and so I thought I need to read these short stories. So I'm looking forward to reading those. Then another book they refer to a lot on that podcast is The Lord of the Rings, A Reader's Companion by Wayne G. Hammond and Christina Scull. I ordered this, and I thought I ordered like a used copy of it, but maybe I didn't, because this doesn't look used, and it's hefty, and I mean, it's a big book, and it's a hardback. I didn't think I ordered hardback either, but I guess I did. Yeah, look at this book. Crazy. So basically, this is exactly what it says, a reader's companion. Like, as you're reading the Lord of the Rings books, you can, like, have this open, and they have, like, different explanations about different parts in the book, which is very interesting, and I can't wait to do that. Then the other two books are not Lord of the Rings related. The first one, these are actually inspired, or what's the other word? Enabled by Tiny Owl Knits, Stephanie Dosen. These are books that she's referred to in various little videos of hers, and I keep buying them. So the first one is Ogam, although I think it's pronounced Oam. I don't think you pronounce the hard G. Oam, maybe. The Celtic Oracle of the Trees by Paul Rhys Mountfort. So this is understanding, casting, and interpreting the ancient Druidic alphabet. Not really planning to do any casting per se, but I am fascinated by the Ogam stones. I saw them, they have them in the cathedral ruins in Ardmore in Ireland, and I saw that there. I don't know, they're not all there, but there's things written in these Celtic runes, the Ogam language or writing, symbols. Gosh, I'm not doing a good job of just explaining this. Anyway, they're basically lines, and they were often written on stones, like on the edge of a stone, and the edge was like the vertical line, and then the direction that the other lines went, like, created the language. Get the book, read it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But like, here's kind of like what they look like. All those lines. Got it? Lines. Yeah. So anyway, that's one book. And then the other book is sort of similar, but not. And I actually bought this a while ago. It's about runes. The Runes of Elfland, written by Berk, and I believe Brian Froud is the illustrator. So, yeah, runes. Now, runes are different than Ogam, aren't they? Are they the same? Is there similarity? I think they're different. See, I don't know enough about this to really, really know. I think they're sort of different, but possibly similar, but I don't think they're the same. This is how much I know about all of this. But see, like when I'm looking at this, like there's definitely symbols there that are not part of the Ogam symbols. So I'm going to say they're different. But there's really interesting illustrations. Like, check out those fairies. Are they fairies? I'm going to say they're fairies, probably. I don't know. It's a cool book, and I have read bits and pieces of it. Like, look at this creature. These creatures are just so cool. Where's the, check out this chick. Anyway, so they just amuse me, and I love reading them, and just, I don't know, that kind of stuff tickles me in a certain way. Just, I enjoy it. So, those are my books that I'm building my Fortress of Solitude out of. What else? How about recipes? I really have not tried any new official recipes this week. I've mostly wanted to cook and eat a lot of really warm, carby, and or cheesy foods this past week. That's where I was. But I am actually making a different recipe. I did actually do eggplant parmesan, but I did it baked instead of fried, and that turned out okay. But that wasn't a real recipe. I just did my own thing. But I'm actually going to be making a chickpea rice casserole tonight for dinner. I cooked the chickpeas yesterday. Didn't have time to make it last night, but I'm going to make that today. That's a recipe that actually Maria, Seductive Berry, shared with me. So thank you, Maria. She actually sent me a bunch of chickpea recipes. So I cooked an entire bag of chickpeas, so I'll probably try several of the different recipes. Yeah, but like comfort foods have been a thing lately. All right, moving on to shop news. Not a ton, but I have some prizes for you. The first quarter of the Monthly Makes 2020 program has come to an end as well. So I did start a new thread today for finished objects. Sorry it's a few days late, but it is up now. And I did pull a prize winner, random number generator, pulled a prize winner from the first quarter finished object thread. And I forget how many entries there were. I did not write that down. But it chose post number 21, and that is Amanda B, who is Amanda. So Amanda, congratulations. Thank you so much for taking part. And PM me whenever you know when you heard this and know you won. And you too, please go over to the shop, choose something that I've got in stock there. A skein of yarn, braided fiber, whichever you would like, and let me know what you want, and I will pull that for you and send it off to you. So congratulations. And likewise, I have also pulled the Instagram winner and put that up on my Instagram feed, and have heard back from that winner as well. So that one's under control. And lastly, then there was the March chatter thread winner, and there was posts 212 through 321 posted in March, and random number generator chose post number 220, and that was Pepper RN, who is Pam. So congratulations, Pam. You also are invited to please hop on over to the Fiber Nymph Dye Workshop, choose a skein of yarn or a braid of fiber that you would like for your prize, and let me know what it is, and I'll get that out to you. Okay. I already mentioned there's a lot of stuff in the shop. Like I said, I put like the majority of my show inventory into the shop in order to have it there for yesterday's virtual Allentown Festival. So please hop on over there and check that out. Again, I'm offering you guys a week's worth of just free shipping, no minimum purchase required, using the code 90K free ship. After that, I am having the free shipping, free US shipping with a $50 or more purchase, that I'm going to have that active through summer at least. So, and that's just my way of trying to make things a little bit easier during this crazy weird time that we're all having. And there's no coupon code needed for that. That's just a $50 purchase or more, and you get that automatically. And if you don't use the coupon code, you won't get any free shipping unless you spend $50 or more. Then that will automatically be applied. But if you're spending less than $50, use the coupon code and you can get free shipping for this next week. Again, I'm adjusting my plans as I can. I mentioned that last time. I just want to remind you too, I am staggering my shipping in order to avoid trips to our little itty bitty post office, because honestly, it's very small. It's probably not much bigger than this porch room here, and it would be, you're kind of hard pressed to even get 6 feet away from people up there. So I'm trying to avoid going there. We have a very large rural size mailbox though here at the house, so I'm able to stuff that puppy full of like 12, 15 packages a day if I need to. So I can ship things out, but if I have more than, like, I know I can't ship all of yesterday's orders in one day, so I'll be shipping those out over the next couple of days. So just know that your order may not go out immediately, but it will still probably go out within the 3 business day shipping period that I always promise. But I'm just doing that, to try to avoid any unnecessary contact with humans outside of my husband. What else? I wanted to mention too that because I am not really dying for shows at this point in time, I've got a lot of extra time on my hands work-wise, relatively speaking, so I'm super open for special orders. If you have something that you saw in the shop but it was sold out before you could get to it, let me know. I'd be happy to do it for you as a special order. If you have something that you like, a sweater lot or something that you're wanting, now's a great time. I'd be happy to do that for you. I do have, I've always offered a 10% discount on any special orders of 4 or more skeins, and that's now automatic in a lot of my listings. That's automatic in the special order, the Knitter's Choice special order listings for the Inversibles. So any 4 Inversible sets special ordered, and that can be a combination of Bounce or Bedazzle. It doesn't have to be just one base. But if you order 4 of those or more, you'll automatically get a 10% discount in your shopping cart. You don't need a coupon. The full skein semi-solids, the custom order listing for that, same thing. 4 or more skeins, that will get you a 10% discount. Any of my, like the in-stock like all of the Ridgetop listings, for the full skeins, either the custom orders or the in-stock ones, that all applies. That's actually a 20% discount for Ridgetop. The rest are 10%. And most recently I put up a listing for in-stock Mountain Tweed skeins. And that 10% discount will apply to those as well for 4 or more skeins purchased at the same time. So just letting you know that. Yeah, but my special order times are definitely shorter these days than they usually are. I usually say 4 to 6 weeks. Definitely turning those around much, much faster, usually within a week or 2 at this point. So depending on what it is, but yeah, so I'm going to go now because it's getting quite late and quite dark here, and I need to go make my chickpea and rice casserole for dinner. So I will talk to you again probably in a couple of weeks. Again, look for the weaving video that should be up later this week. And other than that, I'll see you later. Bye.